Okay, so that was the weight in G. I'm going to do it in C in a few minutes, but right now we'll just talk about the key of G. So basic chords, and then we'll talk about the intro and the little lick at the end. Basic chords are G, B minor, which is first, second, third string on the second fret, and fourth string on the fourth fret. If you can't make that reach, you can just try squashing all four of them on the second fret. That will serve as a good substitute. So it's G, B minor, C, G. And does that 4 times. Just need a place where I can lay my head. And then from that, after the last one, it goes into the chorus, which is take a load off Fanny, which is G, D, C. G, D, C. So 2 beats of G, 2 beats of D, 4 measures. Stay on the G, stay on the C and just go. And you put the load right on and you do the walk down, okay? Now, strumming pattern. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going down with my thumb, up with my pointer finger. Now you can do it all with your thumb. If you use a pick, same deal. Some people do the invisible pick where they have the thumb and the finger together. But as you can hear, when you get a nail, it's a little sharper. With just the pad of your finger, it's a little softer. I'll sometimes pick this finger up on the G, lift it to open up the first string. And the only time you really break out of that is on the chorus, where we have that take a load off Fanny, because now you only have half a measure or 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So for the G and the D, you're just doing 2 beats each, and then a whole measure, whole strum of C. Okay? Okay. So, intro. So, where am I? Well, if you can play a B flat chord on the ukulele, it looks like this. But basically, we're going to start on the 5th fret, first 2 strings, 6th fret, 3rd string. And the lick starts with a hammer from the 6th fret to the 7th fret. And then you play the first 2 strings on the 5th fret. Okay, and then you're going to play a hammer from the 5th to the 7th of the 2nd string, and then the 1st string. So you've got. Now you're going to do the same hammer on, playing both the first strings at the same time on the 5th fret, and then take it off, and then back to that first lick where you're hammering 6 to 7 on the 3rd. So that's a lot of work, but sounds cool. And then you move down to the 3rd fret, and all you need is the first 2 strings on the 3rd fret, and you're just going to go. So I'm holding those 2 and hammering 3rd to 5th on the 2nd, and then end up right there on both on the 3rd fret, first 2 strings, and then the lick. So what's that? 2nd string, 3rd fret twice, 5th fret, back to the 3rd, then 4th fret, 3rd string, and that takes you to the G chord. Okay? Now, and the little walk down. So after it goes, take a load off, and C, C, and you put Put the load right on me. First thing I'll tell you is if you can't do that, you can substitute. You can just go, put the load right on G, D, C, G, D. Okay. And that's fine. But here's the little lick. Second and third strings, 7th fret. I'm using my pinky and my ring. So I play those two together, then the 4th string, then sticking with those 2 strings all the way. Now I'm 6th fret on the 3rd string, 5th fret on the 2nd, and then 3rd fret on the 2nd string, 4th fret on the 3rd, and then both of them on the 2nd fret, and then C. So slow one more time. Okay? All right, let's talk about C. Okay, so you're going to need C into Nazareth, E minor, I was, F down to C. I'm needing a place where I could lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? And that's pretty much all the chords you're going to need. You'll need a G, a C, and a D, and an E minor. So, that's the verse. The chorus is C, G, F. Take a load off, man. I take a load for free. I take a load off, and then stay on the C. And you put the load right on me. Basic strum. If you watch the G video, it's the same thing, but if you didn't, it goes down, 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 up, down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. Okay, and the only time you don't do that is when you get to the chorus because it's split. Take a load off, Fanny. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. What I mean by split is you don't have a whole measure. You have 2 beats of each chord. C, G, 2 beats each, and then a whole measure of F. Okay. So that's the basics. Let's talk about the intro. So the intro in this key you can't do quite all the fancy stuff unless you're way up high, which sort of sounds ridiculous. But I'm going to show it to you down here. So what I'm doing is going. Just 4 times playing this G chord, hammering on to the 1st string. I lift my finger off and then I hammer it on back onto the 2nd. 3, 4, and then I get to the F chord and I go. So I'm hammering on to from the 1st to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So it's chorus, you have a little walk down. You go, take a load from the... And you put the load right on. So what was that? Well, first two strings. Everything else can be open. 7th fret on the first string, 8th fret on the second. And then we're sticking with those two. You go to the 5th fret on the first, 7th fret on the second. Then slide that down to 3 and 5. And then to a G chord. So it goes 3, 4. F. One more time. Then you're back to... It's a little lick you can do if you're inclined. So when I'm on the C, just holding that one string down, I'll hammer onto the second string, 1st fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2. And that leads me into the second round of the progression. Okay, enjoy.